Welcome to my channels, you guys.
Most people think that personal growth is about motivation. You watch that video, you feel inspired, you get a rush, and then you think that, okay, this is it. I'm finally going to change. But a few hours later, or maybe the next day, you're back where you started. No real progress, only frustration. So I'm thinking that the problem is not motivation. I have spent 4 years getting trained for the Olympic chemistry competition and all that academic stuff. And today I'm going to talk about the essence of personal growth based on that, which is iteration. Okay, let's get started. Now let me start with something I noticed from my own experience. A lot of smart kids or high-performance students actually struggle later in life, not because they're lazy, but because they learned the wrong system early on. When you were young, being smart usually means memorizing fast, solving structured problems, repeating what works, and getting quick rewards from school systems. And that works, only for a while. But the problem is that it doesn't teach you how to adapt. It doesn't teach you how to evolve. It teaches you how to perform in a fixed system. So when life stops being so structured, when problems become messy, unclear, and unpredictable, the same system stops working. And suddenly effort doesn't equal results anymore. That's when a lot of people feel stuck.
Respects.
Adaptability. So
Okay, adaptability, I like that word, actually.
if you look at species, the number one element for success of any species is not intelligence. It's not even how diligent. It is adaptability, the ability to deal with that environment and readapt.
So I first heard the word iteration in math and computer science. In that context, it means repeating a process and improving it step by step. But in personal growth, it means something slightly different. Iteration means you take a skill and you turn it into something reusable. So you don't have to learn it from zero every single time. You refine it, you compress it, and you make it automatic. For example, when you write enough scripts, then you don't have to think about every single sentence every time you try to write a new script. And when you learn enough problem-solving techniques, then you don't have to learn from the scratch every time you try to solve a new problem. So when you build enough habits, then they become almost unconscious. I think you can also find a lot of similar series of habits in the book called Atomic Habits that backing up on this one. So that is iteration. It's not about doing more. It's about doing the same thing in a more efficient way every single time. But here's the interesting thing. We were taught something very different back in school. We were always told that always ask why and understand everything deeply and don't move forward until you fully understand it. And that sounds good, but this mindset can be a trap later in real life because the world is too big and knowledge is constantly expanding. So sometimes trying to fully understand everything slows you down more than it helps you. And this also creates a kind of perfectionism. You feel like you can't move forward unless everything is perfectly clear. But personal growth doesn't work that way. In real life, you don't need perfect understanding. And to be honest, like nothing can be perfect, right? So you don't need perfect. You need usable understanding. As long as there is enough to move, as long as there is enough to act, and as long as there is enough to iterate. Think about personal growth now. I don't think about motivation. I think about system and I think about iteration cycles. Because growth is not about becoming perfect. It is about becoming better at becoming better. The real question is not how deeply you can understand this. The real question is how fast you can improve your approach next time. And that is what separates people who feel stuck from people who keep evolving. Not intelligence, not motivation, but iteration speeds. So to the people who feel stuck, I want you to remember this. You don't need to figure everything out before you get started. You just need to start. Because clarity doesn't come before action, it comes after. And every small loop that you complete makes you a bit better than the version of you who didn't start. So please leave it in the comment what you guys want to know, so I will make a video about it later. Yeah. And now I'm about to go to the gym. Peace out.